Yo, what's up? It's your boy shemaiah.james. We are out here and we are getting it. I think this has been a long time coming for me to tell you guys what I really think of what I did in my triple jump competition when I did my personal best. If you haven't yet, check out the last video. This is me explaining about my new camera equipment. So I bought a drone, so you get to see me test that out in that last video there, so check it out. Firstly, we're going to start off what I did well, and then we're going to do a second video on what the negatives were of that competition. I can see a lot more negatives than positives. Let's dive into see what good stuff we did. So from what I remember of this competition, a lot of people were surprised that I was actually down there doing triple jump. It was throwing everyone off. I was like, I did do this for a while. Like, this isn't just a one-off. People were just so shocked that that triple jump was back on the cards and that I was coming to this competition to do it. And I was so glad that there was so many the best people in the country there competing at that time. We did choose a good competition to have my season opener at. I wasn't specifically training for triple jump leading into this. Obviously I had been training just in general, doing long jump training. Luckily that carried over enough to do the competition. So the week of, we still didn't even touch any TJ stuff. I was just going into this competition blind, didn't want to burn myself off essentially. I think the first TJ I did this season was like in the warm-up, and then I remember looking at Stace, I was like, damn, I can still do it. And I was like, let's just give it a crack. So we'll dive into it right now. So this is the first attempt. What I figured out is, with one thing, is that I always lean forward a lot when I'm running, and I've been doing that since I was a really young kid. So many photos of me running in this position, and I've slowly gotten better over the years as I've gotten a bit stronger, but it still is a problem, and because of that I'm not able to complete the whole motion properly. This first jump, was it a foul? Yes, I remember this comp, I did 3 of my 6 jumps were fouls. The most annoying thing about triple jump is that, you know, you foul, you put so much effort in and you can't do anything about it. It's a foul. Compared to like a long jump, when you foul in that, it's not as taxing on the body. So I didn't want to waste a jump, which felt like it was a waste of a jump. But what was good about all these jumps was that I was like giving it my like absolute all on every single one. Jump phase, my jump phase is average. I would just stretch out for like dear life. So we still have the head down at this point. My running position was a lot better. As you can see, like when I'm coming into the board, in a better position, I'm upright. Still doing the double arm. I did control it a lot better. That jump phase was actually pretty decent for what I'm doing, what I've been known to do, because I tend to just go into the jump phase and just like pike my legs and arms out and just let my speed do the rest. But that one actually got some elevation, which was really positive. You know, kids, stay dreaming, because you can do it too. First jump on, we did a PB. I'm like, this is so much better than the previous 2 years when I've attempted to do a triple jump. So attempt 3, charging down, we got a clap going, so I think I began the clap because, like I said, don't know how many good jumps I do have in me. I'm just trying to rip at the ground. Distance was getting there. Attempt 4, tie my hair back because I was just flicking in my face and it was annoying me. So this was the first one over 16. A little bit open on the board, but better hop, kind of collapse on the step. Jump phase was good. Like, I did it well, but it wasn't perfect, so I knew I had more in the tank for me. This and the Nationals, this video, was probably the fastest that I've ever run ever in general. These 2 competitions. My velocities on this meet, I think we're up to 10.6, 10.7 maybe, or 10.5. That was the fastest that I'd ever been moving. Braking speed wasn't anywhere near as bad as it has been in the previous, like, so there's been a lot of comps where I can get my speed up to like 10.4, 10.3, and then my braking will go down to like 9.8. So I was losing a lot of speed in the last couple of meters. With this one, I got it up high, and going off the board it was still moving at 10 meters per second, and that's probably why I probably struggled a bit to control it. So this attempt 5 was a little bit of a foul. What I'm trying to aim is to be able to control it, but to be able to get my hop over 6 meters, and then step. So like my step position's pretty good. This back leg, I do tend to struggle with what it's doing because it's of how high it's going up, and coming across my body, it is like throwing my whole position off in the air, and then that's where I bruise my heel. Just looking at it, I can feel that pain. I feel for you, brother. And then look at that collapse. And even though I did all that, the jump was still there. It was still, I think, it would have been over 16 meters. Probably further than the 02 jump. Nowhere near as far as like what I ended up on. This is when all the adrenaline came in. My boy Emmanuel jumped PB, took the lead, qualified. So that made me get a little bit hyped. I started charging down. My heel pain went out the window for a brief second. After the competition, it wasn't like that. I was in a lot of pain afterwards, but you know, I got the hair going down, slick that back. Just this. Even by the time I hit the wind gauge, I'm already in a lot better position running wise than previous jump if you have them side by side. Good placement on the board, good drive on my knee, stepping over that imaginary box over the close to like 3 meters. When I was running down, hit down on the board, you can see how much more I've closed up my position. So as soon as my foot hits the ground, my legs are closing together like this. They're not perfect, not in line like I think what they're ideally supposed to be like, but that's probably like the best that I've ever seen them. The hop wasn't, oh, it was still pretty good. It was still pretty damn good. I can't lie. That hop was fun. And then this back leg just like flung all the way up as much as it could, so which caused me to over rotate forward, striking the gap on the angle and kind of sideways, but managed to gather up all the strength I had to propel myself up. And that's like hence why I don't get to go into much of like a hang position when I'm in the air. Get legs back and then legs forward, and as you can see here, I'm like stretching for like every single thing I had on that. And then the landing was pretty good as well. Where my bum came down was so close to where my feet landed, so if anything I would have lost probably like 2 or 3 centimeters, which is nothing. So overall, really good competition. Now I'm just trying to figure out how I can make that whole process a bit easier when it comes to the future competitions, and try and make that performance as consistent as possible. Because it wasn't perfect, it shows that I have a lot of stuff that I can improve on if I just have time to do it. So positives moving forward, what I'm trying to work on at the moment. So next time we will analyze the not so good parts about this whole competition and what I was doing wrong. I'm glad I had everyone there to push me. It was a positive thing for triple jump in Australia. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video. We'll talk about the negatives and we will go from there. Jump on the journey, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell, give me a like down here. I'm out. Deuces.